Hey guys, Juni Yeung here. Now that the elections are over, I want to thank everyone for your support, and thank you for those who live in the ward, your support and your votes. So, before I get further with the details, let's start with some numbers and figures. So in this election, in Ward 3, there are around 20,500 and some voters in this ward. Voter turnout was roughly 31%, and in this ward, we've had 6,200 and some votes totally cast, of which 941 votes decided to vote for change and vote for a nicer, friendlier Richmond Hill. Thank you. So of that vote, that consists of roughly 15.1% of the total ballots cast, and for a first-time contender, that's a really significant amount. So if you look at some of the other wards, other voices for progressive change, because there were simply so many candidates, or the fact that they were indeed up for some tough competition, many of them didn't go past 5 or even 10%. So having just these two candidates in Ward 3 really made a difference on getting my voices heard. This is particularly so when you look at some of the campaigning figures. In this campaign, I have printed 1,000 of these name cards, which also act as my campaign platform, leaflet, and literature. Of these 1,000, I have distributed 982 of these cards through canvassing and literature drops. Most of them I only give when I bang on the door and someone comes by to respond. So thank you to all who opened the door and said hi, and even for some spent half an hour of time to actually talk with me on what is to them the real burning issues of Bayview Hill and Richmond Hill. So in this whole journey, I have learned quite a few things about our community, and I thank those people who took time to express the grievances and issues with the management of the city. For example, from petty garden, lawn, landscaping disputes, to issues of having laneways being built by the city but never recognized as a street in the community, and therefore the residents in their back laneways have to get their own service in order to get maintenance or snow shoveling done, or that the new laneways in townhomes always have windrow issues, despite the fact that we have windrow removal. So they feel like they got second-class service, and that there is much needed still to be done. Or that there is a serious issue with accountability issues with council, and with the removal of 3 major incumbents, now we hopefully have a much more accountable and friendlier council, and I congratulate Mayor David West for finally having the chance to move forward and perhaps allow our city to become a friendlier as well as greener place for us to live, despite the fact that we are inevitably seeing an expansion to our city. So, with that being said, I would like to thank everyone who's been helpful to my campaign. To all of those donors who made it possible, thank you. So, to those people who've attended the campaign launch party, you are all great friends of mine, and thank you for your monetary support. Furthermore, I would like to especially thank Marge Andre of onrichmondhill.com/Council Accountability Group, CAG. You've all done a great job in raising awareness in Richmond Hill and our community, and you are always so much great fun to have interviews and conversations with. And thank you as well for introducing me to the Richmond Hill Arts Council, in which now I'm a member of. Hopefully, I will continue to be able to share my expertise and knowledge with the fellow artists, as well as members of the Richmond Hill community at large, so that we can all learn to dress and cook a little better and enjoy our lives. As well as to my campaigning team, Martin, Peggy, you were great coming over all the way from Pickering. You have to drive like over half an hour, I presume, probably a full hour, just to come by and help knock on doors, do lit drops, as well as to pick up the signs, like that one, afterwards the whole election thing is over. Without you, I couldn't have possibly done it myself. Thank you, Anthony, for also helping me set up the signs and stick them out. It's difficult, especially when signs across Richmond Hill during the election were getting vandalized, and you were such great help in helping put up my signs and put them back straight into order. So thank you. Natalie, thank you so much for helping out with my social media management and the campaigning online. You were of great help, and good luck with your continuing studies. Also, thank you to Bob for teaching me so much about Richmond Hill, Toronto, Markham politics, and finally getting my foot in the door. Or more like you finally give me that final push so that I actually step into the limelight and go into politics. Without your encouraging push, I would not have actually made that step in. So thank you very much, Bob. 香港人加油! Also, thank you, Wyman, and the staff over at 大家好 Pepper Walk in Richmond Hill. Thank you for hosting our campaign launch party, and definitely keeping your restaurant and its legacy and its history in mind, in keeping the Hong Kong heritage with food and drink alive. And as usual, 香港人加油! And also, the most important one of all, last and definitely not the most least, but definitely most important, Mary, aka Mom, my campaigner-in-chief, keeper of sanity, help canvasser, and chief signposter-in-chief. So many things she's done, I don't know. Mom is everything, right? So, thank you. Thank you, Adam, Donna, and Peter from the DeVita family for teaching me so much regarding campaigning. And of course, Adam, thank you for pushing me to the limit and perhaps a bit more in the campaigning. Without you, I would definitely not have had the constitution and willpower to keep going at it for 7 hours straight and walking those 18,000 steps in one day, going up and down every townhome, knocking on doors, ringing the doorbell at least twice in order to make sure someone's home, and to be able to talk to so many people in the community. So, thank you. Also, aside from also being candidates, I would love to say my thanks to Sadra Nasseri, Will Husnudinov, and Marco Coletta, who are the school trustee, Ward 5 councillor, and regional councillor candidates, respectively. Without teaming up together and actually giving ourselves each a pat on the back and a hurrah, I don't think I would have made it this far and let the message go out and make such a difference in our community. Likewise, best of luck to all of us, and we will be back together shortly. And thank you very much to all of those who visit my website or my YouTube channel or my Instagram for the campaign, and taking the time to actually listen / read / peruse through my content. Throughout the whole series, if anything, I have definitely felt that I have learned a lot about making effective videos in a short notice. If anything, my Adobe Premiere skills, I think, definitely has gone up a little with the cutting. I no longer have to rely on very home-baked programs with the Windows Media Maker or Movie Maker thing. So I think I'm glad that I finally got that skill down. And in case you were wondering, yes, all the poster designs, all the literature design, and the videos were done by yours truly right here. So this whole campaign has been a very DIY one, much like the last mayoral by-election, and I have learned a lot from it. So it is your help and your support that made me grow as a person as much as you together as a community. So once again, thank you. And finally, to all the YouTubers who came to, or the YouTube audience, who came to my channel usually for the music as well as the musicology lessons, don't worry, because soon we are now returning to our usual programming. So without much further ado, I would like to thank everyone finally with a usual bit of what Juni does. So to express my gratitude, enjoy this next piece of music. Take care, everyone.
Yeung.